So the consensus I'm hearing across the board is this is a terrible ban list? Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So I want to preface a couple things starting off over here with Snake Eyes. The biggest thing I'm hearing with people is, oh my gosh, you know, Flamberge is still around. They hit Pobbler, they hit Ash. All right, you are, and you lost Appaloosa. You lost your end board. Okay, so you can still end on IP the Rabbit with the Azarin, which is good, with a Promethean Engrave and quite possibly something else down to trigger the Promethean for the revive. Also step on into the SP as you need be. Okay, that's all fine. That's way easier to deal with than any of this out here. Now, you got to remember, on this dial back of power, you have Azamina coming on in with the next set. I think people are not realizing the fact that this format is only 1 month. This is only a 4-week format. Rage of the Abyss drops Azamina into this deck, gives them an Omni Negate, and powers them back up, while Pobbler is now a little bit more of a brick. You can have all the searchers in the world out here for this stuff, but your Omni Negate is a little guy just chilling there on the side, all right? So to sit here and to go, oh my gosh, I'm quitting the game because Flamberge, no, patience. Let's wait and see how this. The big thing here is you need to be patient. This is a lot of fear mongering with Konami. You know, you're looking at this, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so bad. No, you do have an Omni coming here in the future, but you also need to, I'll save that point here for a second. So Snake Eyes in its current state is greatly reduced in power. They really dialed that back here. Extremely hard. If you're looking at Snake Eyes, you're like, oh my gosh, like this is so crazy. Like I can't believe this. All right, Yubel. So Yubel out here had Spirit Gates go to 1. They lost Rakrima, and they lost access to Beatrice. Beatrice also was a hit to Snake Eyes because these decks would use these cards to be able to drop their starters and be able to start things. I too love making Beatrice drop Snake Eyes Ash. Yay, full combo. It's the exact same thing here. I love being able to go Beatrice in my Yubel deck and, you know, do my thing. They do, however, have the workaround for this because Aerial Eater is a card. They can now dedicate their slot to the Aerial Eater, be able to drop down what they need to. So they're cutting off the Snake Eyes deck at this point by reducing the power, and they're also trying to push Yubel to that, you know, more optimized direction. I do wholeheartedly think out here that Yubel is going to be a very strong deck. I think a lot of people are going to be kind of upset just seeing Yubel stick around as this crazy powerhouse with this meta, but the reality of the situation here is let Yubel have its time. The deck is not unbeatable by any stretch of the imagination. You've also got, you have checks in the meta. Runic still sitting here doing its thing for sure. Oh, and did I mention our dear friend the Tenpai deck is still around out here. Let's be honest here for a second. If you haven't seen the OCG recently, yes, Tenpai is like the craziest deck in the room because they got some crazy power-ups out here from Rage of the Abyss. That new Molcharmy, you gotta remember, if everything looks a little bit fragile right now and a little bit shaky, good old Fool Warso is going to come and really mess up your day. All right? This card is going to change so much. Oh, and also, we get Dominus Impulse out here too as well. But Tenpai, for the time being, I predict is going to be probably as good as Yubel. All right, both of these decks, a wall meets an unlimited attack force, effectively, is going to be your projected meta, with Snake Eyes kind of doing a little dance all across the floor at the bottom, as people are like, oh my gosh, like, Tenpai's the real thing that you're underestimating right now. Flamberge sticking around is a scary thing, sure, but Tenpai is the real thing. I'm telling you. One Sengen summoning still allows the deck to virtually be unstoppable, and that's a lot more than I think you're going to want to deal with for the time being. So, call it what it is, but the community is really, really, really shaken up by all of this. Now, Rage of the Abyss's impact on all of this. Rage is going to change so much more than you actually think. This list is 30-some days of just buckle up, buckaroo of irrelevancy. All right, yes, you have Snake Eyes in a very fragile state. They get Azamina next list. All right, or the next set. All right, Yubel doesn't really gain anything. Tenpai gains Impulse, and they gain Fuawars. I guess Yubel also gains Fuawars. But these cards shift the meta. Yes, these three will still kind of be sitting here as, you know, strong decks for sure. That's not going to change. All right, and once again, oh no, like, Rage of the Abyss is the key factor to all of this. You know, with the Azumina stuff, with Fuawars, with, you know, Tenpai's huge level power-ups with the new hand traps. You know, they designed this list with the intent for this next set to impact things. And the community, hey, it's the same old thing over and over again. You guys wanted a power list. You wanted a list to dial back the format. They gave it to you. All right, some problems are still sticking around, but personally, it was a good list. You know, I am always going to say you're not going to be happy with any of these major changes. It's going to happen. But Robbie, it's still the same three decks. I wanted change. Okay, well, Rage of the Abyss gives you that change. Gives you new hand traps to add into the meta. And actually, Rage of the Abyss is where things kind of crack in the meta. I'm going to use the word crack because this is where the first stage of the power creep starts to develop. And you're not going to like this either. But to everybody out here shitting their pants, crying about this, Crossover Breakers is where everything goes sideways. If you think that, oh my gosh, you know, like, we're this list is awful. Crossover Breakers is in frickin' December over here, all right? You Snake Eyes players out here are already struggling in Japan. Do you know why they're struggling in Japan? Because we have 2 levels of power creep. All right, you already tossed Fuawars onto this. You tossed Impulse onto this. Yeah, sure, Snake Eyes got, you know, this fun, fancy negate, but guess what? We've started to level down the consistency of this. Now what's going to happen? You know what happens next? We bring in Reziel and Malice over here, and choo-choo! We roll on over the Flamberge Dragon. Because these two extremely different decks, one being Malice, that completely manipulates the Banished pile to regenerate this wall, and then Reziel over here, it's just the craziest Ring 4 toolbox deck that goes, oh, nice board, punch. Hey, look, nice board, punch. Oh, hey, look. Oh, you're using an effect, punch. All right, oh, where'd your field go? Where did all of your materials go? Those are some really nice effects. Oh, sorry. Oh, darn. Really weird. All right, oh, what? Hold on, you want to watch me? Oh, sorry. Did it again. All right, like, congratulations. Your next we're not even anywhere near, you know, Supreme Darkness yet. We've seen nothing as of filming this for Supreme Darkness. And you're sitting here and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, like, Flamberge Dragon's so toxic. Ah! You know what else is toxic? Yeah, detach pop. Yeah, Oh, wait, want to watch me do it 4 more? Aren't you excited? Aren't you? The current problems of today will not be the same problems in 3 months. Guaranteed. All right, you're looking at detach punch in December. But for the short-minded out here, for the people that can't think 3 months in advance, they're like, I hate Flamberge! It's getting power crept. I'm sorry to tell you that. September, October, November. Dun, dun, dun. You can see this far in the future. It's great, isn't it? I love being some future teller out here. It amazes me. But I'm telling you, it's already happening. Just, you gotta be patient for it. Alright? Decks that can compete on the level of Snake Eyes, scary. Leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. Future! Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.